Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do your sun sign videos, finally. So welcome back to all of my subscribers, my tarot card viewers. Thank you so much for your patience with me getting these videos up. And if you're new to my channel, thanks for joining me. This is going to be an exciting series. So all about sun signs. This is Virgo sun. We're going to be looking at some basic themes around your zodiac sign. So like I say in the other videos, I didn't go to school for this. It's just a personal interest I've had for over 30 years. The information that I'm drawing from is just obviously stuff that I've read over the years, and then everyone that has inspired me to do this, for example, including a book that I have in front of me here, are in the description box below. So you can check out their videos as well for additional information. But again, we're just looking at some very basic introductory 101 zodiac for your sun sign. So Virgo, let's get started. So the sign is Virgo. You are, your emblem or your symbol is the Virgin. It's a human woman, and she's a harvester, she's a gardener. So the reason why they use the Virgin, as it were, is because of this sense of getting rid of whatever you don't need. It's the cutting away of whatever you don't need. And there's something very innocent and pure about the Virgo. In fact, there's a lot of terms that come to mind are, cleanliness and neatness and organization. In fact, a major key theme associated with your sign is conscientiousness. You are also very, not like no one else is, but you're hyper aware of your surroundings. Your surroundings probably should be very neat and tidy for you to feel mentally well, and mentally capable, and be able to work without distractions. But ultimately, the sixth sign in the zodiac, as you know, you are ruled by, or you may not know, you are ruled by the planet Mercury. So if you were watching this series all the way through, you'll know that both you and Gemini share the planet Mercury. It's very unusual for signs to have their own planetary rulers, so this isn't very unusual. What is unusual, however, is that Virgo is different from Gemini by virtue of your element. So while you have the same planetary ruler, Gemini is an air sign. Virgo, you are a beautiful little earth sign. Very tactile, very situated in the real world. You are probably more comfortable within your body or within the physical plane, you and the other earth signs, than all the other elements. If you have difficulty with that, do check out your entire birth chart. You could have some afflictions around some air or fire or even water signs in your chart, which would make feeling comfortable in your own body quite difficult. But you're a very tactile earth sign, like all the earth signs. And of course, you're ruled by the sixth house. And this is industry. This is work. This is the apprentice. Again, getting rid of anything that doesn't work for you. It's the gardener, the harvester, right? In terms of symbolisms. So you are very good at being incredibly decisive, okay? You can wipe away or sweep away anything that doesn't work for you or anything that doesn't make sense to you and just focus. A lot of people in government, a lot of people in finance, for example, and I would even say anything that has to do with, human resources in many ways, have to do with Virgo elements or Virgo qualities. Anything having to do with precision has to do with Virgo qualities or sixth house energy. So precision, perfection, acuity, right? These are some major themes around your sign. The body part ruled by Virgo is, where did I just see that? The body part is, I think it's your lungs and your kidneys, but let me just see here. Oh, the nervous system and intestines. Nervous system and intestines. So curious because, again, Gemini is ruled by Mercury as well, and they have the hands. They're ruled by the lungs and the hands and the shoulders, and yours the nervous system. So with that in mind, you can be considered to have a little bit of a nervous energy. So you're probably the type of person to keep yourself busy, either with busy work or you have a lot of hobbies. I always associate the term hobby with Virgo. You just like being busy, not so much active, say like fire sign, but busy. You're like studying, you're preparing something, you're cooking, you're baking, you're sorting out a problem with somebody, you're rehearsing something, you're practicing something. I mean, you're always on the go doing something, but 10 to 1, this is a very practical part of your life, okay? These are elements of your life where you're busy doing something that are going to improve your life or can be felt in a very tactile way. So you're going to become, say, from the apprentice, for example, to the expert. And that's genius. That's what you should be doing. This probably feels very natural for you. Because as we know, the sun is all about how you move about the world. This is your behavior. The symbol for you, I did mention at the beginning there, is the young woman, the harvester. It's a curious symbol because the only other human symbol for a zodiac sign in astrology is Aquarius, and that's the water bearer. Every other symbol for the zodiac signs are animals or even things. Libra has the, sometimes it's depicted by the woman with the scales, but it is an object. They are just the scales, and that does represent Libra. Aquarius and Virgo have the human being. So there's a real human condition here. Virgos and Aquarians actually have a cosmic tie as well. And I see that very, very clearly. It's very evident. You both are the person. You both feel, like I said, probably more confident and comfortable in your own bodies than not. And you probably more than likely feel like you have a purpose. I don't think you're going to search too hard or find it very difficult to come to terms with your purpose here on Earth either. So that's very similar to your cosmic tie sign Aquarius. Your element, as I mentioned, I believe I did, is an earth sign. You share that, of course, with Taurus and Capricorn. Those are fellow earth signs. I did mention your symbol, your strengths and weaknesses. There are many for each sign, but I'm just going to look at one very small one for each of the signs. So Virgo, in my view, your major strength is discipline. My word, my view, my attitude about your sign. You are very disciplined. You take on responsibility with honor. Like, you're a very honorable sign, and you have a great deal of personal discipline. And by that I just mean you're able, like I said, like you're like the glyph, the symbol to your sign, you're able to cut away anything that isn't important or doesn't work for you in order to focus and get the job done. Again, that could be considered a weakness, so I'm kind of switching these up a little for each of the signs. Everybody has a strength and a weakness. It can be the same thing. So if it feels like there's overarching perfectionism as opposed to, excellence, for example, it could be something for you to temper within yourself or manage. Maybe strive for excellence as opposed to perfectionism, Virgo. I did mention your cosmic tie, your age. I did mention that the Leo, I hope I did, that the Leo in the age process was the child, sort of like the 5 or 6-year-old. The Virgo is kind of like the pre-adolescence. It's kind of like, getting comfortable in the body that you're in, developing in the body that you're in. So really interesting sequence of development there. You're just coming into your own personal development, some, earthly pleasures as well. So you're beginning to learn that about yourself. So age-wise, you are the developing adolescent with regard to, the Aries being the infant, and we're going all up in age and development. Of course, the Pisces at the end of the zodiac represents the elderly, or the old person. But because you are the 6th house, ruled by the 6th house, you are the developing adolescent. So finding your way, finding out who you really are, right? The modality of your sign is mutable. So you're the first Earth mutable sign and the only Earth mutable sign. The first mutable in the zodiac, of course, is Gemini. Mutable just means that you can get along, go along, move along with anything. Any situation, any environment is not going to tax you. In fact, it might even be a little bit exciting. So you can get along with the ruffians, you can get along with royalty, and you can just be yourself. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to put on any airs. You can just be yourself in any of these environments. So that's a beautiful quality, in my view, behind all mutable signs. Just a real, just a sincere humanism or a humanist approach to the mutable signs. You can just get along anywhere you go. And it makes everybody comfortable, puts everyone at ease. And of course, your attractions and your opposite sign. So your opposite sign, if I didn't already mention, is Pisces. I did mention it, but in a different aspect. So Pisces it's the elderly, it's, on death's door, it's the end of the human life. This is your opposite as opposed to the adolescence. It's like coming into your body, right? Coming into your fullness. This is fully me, as opposed to, leaving that sense of self, or that physical self as an elderly person. So, and I think we have a lot to learn from our opposite signs. Pisces is a water sign. Pisces can teach us a lot about our own sense of self-pity, our own self-undoing. Instead of blaming, we need to, taking responsibility as opposed to blame. So there's a lot of lessons there that we can learn from our opposite signs. So Pisces can be very helpful to you in developing your emotional self or your emotional world. And then I did mention your cosmic tie, and then your attraction. Yeah, of course. So as an earth sign, Virgo, you're going to most easily maneuver within the business or personal world with fellow earth signs. That's Taurus or Capricorn. And just some other terms around this as well. So your dominant keyword is I analyze. Yes, you can almost analyze things to death. But like I said, if that's kept in check and you're looking at excellence as opposed to perfection, this is why people rely on you. You know how to analyze information, citations, journals, scientific research. You could very often be the researcher because you're very good at methodological sequences in order to get to an end or an outcome. So analyzing comes very easily for you. Just make sure it doesn't take over everything. Your lucky day is Wednesday and your lucky numbers are 5 and 3. So that is your sun sign in a nutshell. So thanks again for joining me today. Check out your moon and rising sign videos. Those will be up in a short period of time. So until we meet in the next video, take excellent care, Virgo.